Higgsfield just dropped a feature that completely changes how small businesses build content. And 99% of business owners are about to use it completely wrong. Imagine building a full marketing campaign, a full ad campaign, all with one prompt on one chat. Higgsfield's new supercomputer gives you the ability to create any marketing campaign, any funnel, any content strategy, all through one prompt on a dashboard, exactly how you would use your Claude desktop or your ChatGPT desktop, which would be a phenomenal addition to your marketing stack. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Supercomputer to build a full marketing campaign in one chat so you can save thousands of dollars a month, kill the editor invoice, and get light years ahead of every single competitor. And if you don't know who I am by now, my name is Ryan. I help install AI systems for small businesses every single week. Welcome back, guys. Higgsfield Supercomputer launched 5 days ago. The thing that makes it different is the brain can switch from Claude, Opus 4.7, GPT 5.5 Pro, Gemini 3.1 Pro. So when the agent is writing the script, it uses one model. When it generates the character, it switches. When it mixes the audio, it switches again. So you don't have to do anything. Ideally, the switch of model and the switch of brain happens within the chat as needed. It has 50 plus built-in tools, 30 plus integrations, Notion, Drive, Gmail, Figma, Slack, persistent memory, all in one chat. Two things matter on first open. One is connect to Google Drive or Notion so the agent has memory across projects. I pin Notion on my projects because that's where I did store all my database. And I also generally pin Obsidian because I find Obsidian useful because I have files and browser tasks within there. So the integration is really easy and really seamless. I'm just going to integrate Google Drive with you guys live now. As you can see, it kind of just walks you through. You literally just press connect, and it's just going to walk you through the connection sequence. Once you log in, you ideally create a pipeline with your Google Drive where you can store memory. The beautiful thing about the way things are kind of growing and evolving is the connections with them are becoming so seamless, so easygoing that you don't necessarily have to think about it anymore. And there you go. You now have a connected Google Drive, and as you store things in there, it's ideally going to store memory. You can pick one or two. I just connected to Google Drive. I usually connect to Notion as well. But let's go back. We'll start a new tasks. The model that we're going to use, let's say we use Open 4.7 for orchestration. So this is the difference between a one-shot AI tool system. If you want Higgsfield to remember your brand look, your fonts, all that kind of stuff, directly to that said connector. And that will be like the memory system in order for it to keep your brand, your marketing, and your specific style. Now, let me show you how a real use case. So this is a product that we're going to be using. So it's a product from Sephora. We're just going to take it. We're going to copy that link. We're going to one-shot prompt this and say, create me a 5-image marketing campaign for this product. So this is the exact kind of e-commerce product a small business owner is trying to build content around. And I'm going to run 3 prompts back to back. So the first one that I ran was just 5 images with one prompt and a link pasted. As you can see, the product, the text actually came out not too bad. Obviously, it needs a little bit of adjustment. You can imagine what you can actually do with this with a little bit of time and a little bit more prompting. If you just look at the detail of every single image that came out of this, it's actually quite good. And the beauty about this is, let's say that you're working on a specific product and you want to keep working and reiterating on the specific product, a singular chat. You have a chat where you also have a memory and you have all these skills and connectors. So if you want something done in a specific way, you'd create a skill. And once you create the skill, an exact output of which that you wanted, it just asked very few basic questions and pretty much just to give me a prompting to approve it. However, it did the research, it went through the website, it extracted the images that it needed and everything along those lines. Now, let's take it a step further. Say, build a UGC style video of someone actually using it. So as you can see, as it's doing that, it's going to show you the model that it uses, the quality that it had when it was created. You can like it, you can delete it, add it to folder, recreate it. The most beautiful thing about it is the fact that you're working on a similar pipeline. And let's make this very quick and easy. Let's say 15 seconds continue. It's just going to ask a couple of basic questions. So it fetches a product page and then it routes to the right image model, whatever image model it feels that is best for each shot. And then it goes through a sequence. So once we get to the point where we asked it to build a UGC style video of someone actually using it. I'll build a UGC talking head review video for the ordinary, which is what we're using, a variety roles, and it actually picks the model that it's also going to use. So out of those 5 images from one prompt, we are reiterating, and it used a different image model for this specific one. So it used Higgsfield Sol 2.0. And the good thing also about this is it seems like it's a lot more token and credit friendly in comparison to what to just using the Higgsfield before. You can see the thinking models between it. So now it just built us the image board using GPT 2.0. One thing that took me away was after it generated it, it said the robe is slightly open at the neckline. That risks the seed dance NSFW filter. I'll keep this character but reinforce robe coverage in the board prompt. Even though it shows 15 seconds, let's have the full breakdown. Let's actually watch the video and see how it came out. So we're just going to approve that, ask it to generate. So while that goes through, let's just go look at the pricing of these. So the pricing of the plans. So you've got the 5, you've got the basic, and you've got the ultra. On the ultra, you're able to generate about 16,000 videos. On the plus, you're able to generate about 533. This is on the seed dance. It hasn't used that much credit. Let's have a look at how much we've actually used. So just on that little bit that we have used, and we've generated a video, about 5 images, we've used about 300 credits. So I think based on this, you'd be able to generate maybe 50 images, but they do have cheaper models as well that you can use. You can play around with the models. And I think on the supercomputer, you can be a little bit more specific on which models that you want to use. And we're using Opus 4.7, which I think is quite expensive. So I think that'd be another reason why it's using so many credits. If you use a lighter model, you probably will be using a lot less credits and tokens. This is the part that gets really wild and really impressive. The same chat, same brand context, the same product. The agent already knows what the brand model looks like, what the brand voice is, what the price is, because we just generated the images. So when I ask for UGC video, it doesn't start from zero. It picks the persona, drafts the beats, generates the character, the film sequences, and mixes the ambient audio. So it compiles the full workflow and the full pipeline right there for you. And once you've perfected how you want something to come out repeatedly, you can make it into a skill. And once you make it into a skill, it becomes repeatable and you can share it with your team. That took about 10 minutes to generate. And this is our final product. And the coolest thing about this is it even has audio. As you can see, it's pretty good, really impressive. You can get a lot of work done. You can get a lot of content done with this. You can notice the little things that you realize it's AI. I think that frame right there where you see 3 hands going on there, something that you can just prompt out really easily. You just pick out the frame and you just give it the specifics of what is occurring. So if you're using this for client work, here's what you want to do. So you can go add your assets. And once you add your assets, you can add all your logos or anything that you want to add on here in terms of product shots for this specific thread. It is really interesting because it is agentic. So it does have a memory field and a memory element to it. So it's going to save a lot of the stuff in there if you're specific to it. So what you can do also is you can connect a drive, or you can connect to some sort of memory layer such as Google Drive or Obsidian, and that will give it like a capability to lock down anything in regards to your logos, your brand style, or anything specific to your business. So is this a silver bullet? No, complex narratives still struggle and still need a little bit of help. It does get wrong some things which you will have to edit. However, you still have to give it props because it's very, very good. The lip sync as well, it is a hit or miss. It is still quite good, especially if you use higher tier models. And the cost compounds fast at scale, even though the usage is quite friendly in comparison to what it was before. If you're running 50 ads a month or you're running a really big project, build your own using Hyperframe or Claude Code instead. If you are running ads to that scale, you would be going on the Business Plus, on the business subscription. And every other YouTuber covering this told you it's killing video editors. It's not. It's killing your need for a video editor on high volume, low complexity work. Most small business owners, it's 80% of your content needs because it is a very capable addition. Also on the basis that it is also self-learning, and the memory layer makes things a lot easier, and the ability to add skills. Adding that stacked within itself, it makes things interesting because you can go from a hook to the pacing, to the audio, all the way to the composition, and it would be able to do all of that for you. Compared to doing it your old way, it'll save you time and it'll save you a lot of effort. Also on the basis that you can run everything on one chat. Ideally, you got a full marketing campaign just off one prompt. If you're a lot better with your prompting and you start saving things and you start building your skills, this would be an invaluable tool. Whether that's 5x saving, 50x saving, depends on your volume and the model tier that you're running. I tend to think that if you run a lower tier, maybe if you run a Sonnet 4.6 or Opus 4.6, or maybe a Gemini 3.1 Pro, you would get cheaper options. I would be very interested. So you guys do let me know how you found the comparison between running it on GPT 5.5 Pro in comparison to Opus 4.7. But run the math for your business. See if it is valuable for you. I tend to think it is a very valuable tool to add for the cost that it is, because it will save you a lot of money in terms of your marketing budget. If this changed how you think about content creation, drop a like, subscribe, and join our school.com, where we share a bunch of our tools, how we're using these workflows in our businesses and running ads. The link will be in the description.